Okay, we're going to go over our letter formation, so we're making sure we're using nice neat writing on the lines. We've got our rhymes here that make the shapes to form all of the letters that we will need for our lowercase alphabet. So these shapes are starts with a click, goes around and stops. This is small man down. Small man starts in the middle and comes down to the bottom. So small man down. This is tall man down. Tall man starts at the top and comes down to the bottom. This one is sideways, sideways to the magic land. This one we've got up and over the gate, and also down and under the gate. We've got Jack and Jill go up the hill, and Jack and Jill come down the hill. And finally, under with a monkey's tail. So with these shapes here, we can form all of our letters. Make sure that you're using all of your shapes and your letters on the dotted lines, coming up to the middle dotted line, making sure you're going down to the solid line. So we'll start with letter A, making sure we are using our solid line to put the bottom of our letters on. So A starts with a click, goes up and around, and then small man down. B is a tall man letter, so tall man starts at the top here. So B is pulls down and stops, jumps up and back around with a nice fat belly. Letter C is just this shape here, starts with a click, goes around and stops. Letter D is a tall man letter. Tall man letter pulls down from the top, goes up and around and stops. E starts with a sideways, sideways, but our sideways, sideways is starting in the middle space here because it's going to go up and touch that dotted line there. So sideways, sideways to the magic land, starts with a click, comes around and stops. Letter F starts with a click, but it's going to start up here because it's going to come up and touch our top dotted line. So letter F starts with a click and then tall man down and stop. Sideways, sideways to the magic land. Letter G starts with a click, goes up and around, monkey's tail under the ground. Letter H is a tall man letter. It's going to start up the top. So tall man starts at the top, pulls down and stops, up and over the gate. Letter I is just a small man down. Small man down with a dot on top. Letter G, so again I'm making sure that my starts of my lowercase letters are on this middle dotted line, and letter J is going to go small man down, monkey's tail under the ground with a dot on top. Letter K is a tall man letter, so starting at the top. Tall man starts at the top, pulls down and stops. Jack and Jill went down the hill. Jack and Jill went down the hill. So see both of these are pulling down. Jack and Jill went down the hill. Jack and Jill went down the hill. So it's just these shapes here, but a small version inside. Letter L is just a tall man down, just one line, no ticks and flicks. So letter L, tall man down, pulls down and stop. M is starting with small man, so in the middle, small man down, up and over the gate, up and over the gate again. Letter N's just like M, but with one less over the gate, so starting in the middle again, small man down, up and over the gate. Letter O starts with a click letter. So starts with a click, goes all the way around and stop. Letter P starts in the middle, and it's going to be a tall man size. So it's going to be this long, but it's going to start in the middle here. Letter P starts in the middle, down under the ground, jumps up again and around with a big fat belly. just going to move my board up. Okay, starting with using a new board. So again, we've still got our starts with a click, goes around and stop. Small man down, tall man down, sideways, sideways, up and over the gate, down and under the gate. Jack and Jill went up the hill, Jack and Jill went down the hill, down under the ground with a monkey's tail. Okay, so next letter is letter Q. Q, again, starting in the middle, starts with a click, goes up and around and stop, then draws a tail under the ground with a flick. Letter R is a small man letter, starting in the middle, small man down, jumps back up and around. Letter S is a starts with a click letter. Letter S starts with a click, goes around and stops. So it goes around like a start with a click once and around like a start with a click twice, just backwards. Letter T is a tall man letter. Make sure letter T starts at the top, not here in the middle. This is not a letter T. Letter T starts up the top. So tall man down starts up at the top, pulls down and stops, and then sideways, sideways to the magic land. Letter U is it starts in the middle, under the gate, and then small man down. Letter V is a Jack and Jill letter. So Jack and Jill went down the hill and back up the hill. Letter W, making sure we're starting in the middle. Jack and Jill letters, like this. Jack and Jill went down the hill, up the hill, down the hill, up the hill. Say it again. Down the hill, up the hill, down the hill, up the hill. Letter X, are Jack and Jill letters. Just going to put these together. So starting with down the hill. Jack and Jill went down the hill, and then Jack and Jill went up the hill. Always go down first, then up. Letter Y starts in the middle, it's a down and under the gate letter. Letter Y, under the gate, and then draw a monkey's tail under the ground. And lucky last, we've got a sideways, sideways, and a Jack and Jill went down the hill letter. So sideways, sideways, down the hill, sideways, sideways. So I'm going to go through all of the letters again. Starts with a click, small man down, tall man down, up and around with a big flat belly. Starts with a click, goes around and stop. Starts with a click, goes all the way up, tall man down and stop. Sideways, sideways, starts with a click, goes around and stop. Starts with a click and tall man down and stop. Sideways, sideways. Starts with a click, goes all the way up, around, down under the ground with a monkey's tail. Tall man starts at the top, pulls down and stop, up and over the gate. Small man down with a dot on top. It starts where small man is. Small man down, draw a monkey's tail under the ground, finish with a dot on top. Tall man down, Jack and Jill went down the hill, Jack and Jill went down the hill. Tall man pulls down and stops. Small man pulls down and stops, over the gate, over the gate. Small man pulls down and stop, over the gate. Starts with a click, goes all the way round and stop. Small man pulls all the way under the ground, up again, around with a big fat belly. Starts with a click, goes down under the ground, finish with a flick. Small man down, up and around. Swats with a click, goes around and around again. Tall man down, sideways, sideways to the magic land. Under the gate, small man down. Jack and Jill went down the hill and up the hill. Jack and Jill went down the hill, up the hill, down the hill, up the hill. Jack and Jill went down the hill, Jack and Jill went back up the hill. Under the gate, down under the ground with a monkey's tail. Sideways, sideways to the magic land, Jack and Jill went down the hill, sideways, sideways. And that's our alphabet. Well done, keep practicing.